Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. So Star Wars Revenge of the Sith is the third prequel, and it is the one that we wanted to see this entire time. It's the one where Anakin is going to the dark side. Before I start though, I don't know if I should put this in my last two videos, but I guess for all of my Star Wars videos there's a spoiler warning. So there you go, spoiler warning for this video. But anyways, with all that said, let's get right into this review. So, Star Wars Revenge of the Sith is a movie that I really enjoy. I have a lot of fun with this movie. I think it's a really good Star Wars movie. It's not perfect though. I obviously have some problems with it. There's still some dialogue issues. I'll get into it, but most of the part I like it. It's definitely an improvement over the last two, although the last two are pretty much complete garbage, so it's not like that was too hard. But one thing I really liked about this one is that it's pretty dark. Like, it's one of the darkest Star Wars movies, so I really enjoyed that aspect to it. I love the scenes with Palpatine and Anakin, like when Palpatine is talking to Anakin at that weird globe thing or whatever at the play or whatever. I don't really know what that was, but I love the lines given. It's like, the dark side of the Force is a pathway to many possibilities, some to consider unnatural. Some really good lines there, and it really makes you understand why Anakin wants to learn this power, because Anakin is having dreams of Padme dying, just like he had dreams of his mom dying, and he doesn't want that to happen again. So when he learns this, you really understand why he kind of starts to turn. So that was really good. Another thing that is an improvement over the last one, still not great, is Hayden Christensen. He's not great in this movie. He's not even very good. But he is better than the last one. The last one, he was just a moody teenager, and he just was really annoying. And in this one, he actually seems like he's trying. I feel like maybe he took some of that criticism with the last one and tried a lot harder with this one. And I feel like it's mostly due to the fact that the script is better, so he's given better dialogue and better things to work with and stuff. But still, he is better than he was in the last one. Ewan McGregor still is really good in this movie. I really like Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. He's definitely my favorite actor in this movie, so that's really great. And Natalie Portman, she's okay, I'd say, throughout the movie. She does have a couple lines with Anakin, though, that do make me laugh. She's fine for the most part. So, yeah, basically, the performances around are all, say, decent. There's still definitely some sections where you can see that the actors just are not doing very good, and that is mostly come down to Hayden Christensen, who I still think is better, but he's still not very good in this movie. So right at the opening scene, you can tell that the CGI is a lot better. They give a lot more attention to detail. The CGI is still not very good. It's not like great or anything, but it is better in this opening scene and throughout the entire movie. There is still green screen though that you see when they're walking around either the Jedi Temple or these like big palaces, and you can see that's some obvious green screen, which you can just really notice, and then you kind of miss what the characters are talking about, and you're like, oh, shoot, I was just paying attention to that horrible green screen behind you. Anyways, so that is an issue of mine with this movie. But probably my biggest issue with this movie, even just like the last one, is the love story. It's better in this movie, but it's still not very good. It still has a lot of bad dialogue. It is better though because of Anakin having dreams of Padme dying, and that's kind of turning him to the dark side, so it is a bit better, but it's still a big issue of mine in this movie, and it's something that George Lucas just couldn't get right with these prequels. So the love story is not very good either. So the love story, the green screen, the dialogue, some dialogue just is not very good in this movie. it really suffers, kind of even in the last act of the movie, like when Anakin is talking to Obi-Wan and he's like, "You turned her against me? You will not take her from me." And then he gives that really bad line where he's like, "If you're not with me, then you're my enemy." But after that, it gets really good. So yeah, but that's basically most of my issues with Revenge of the Sith. There is some slow parts actually towards the first act of this movie, but I like how the structure is different in this movie than the last two. Like, if you saw my other reviews, you know that the structure of those movies is usually first act not terrible, second act really slow, really bad, and then the third act picks up again, and that's basically what they said about the last two. This movie actually has a really cool opening action sequence that I was having a lot of fun with. It goes back to the Jedi Temple or whatever, and then it really slows down, and it's kind of boring, besides the parts that Anakin and Palpatine have together. It's pretty boring. So yeah, it's just a lot of exhibition and a lot of that. But then when it picks up again, it doesn't slow down, and I really appreciated that. I'd say halfway into the second act, it just moves, and I was really surprised by that because the first two just didn't have that, and this movie does. So that's really good. And the emotional weight in this movie is really good. I was feeling like actual emotion for these characters in this movie. Like that scene where Anakin and Padme are looking at each other through the city. That was pretty good. I like the music behind that. But my favorite scene in this movie, by far, is the scene where Palpatine is like, "Execute Order 66." And then you just see the Jedi all die, and it's dark, and I love the music that goes along with it, and you can just kind of see that the Jedi are just totally being overruled. And I love that scene where Anakin is marching with the Clone Wars and he's walking to the music. That was pretty cool. I did really like that aspect to this movie. The other thing I really liked about this movie is the third act. I said with the other two I do like their third acts, but I feel like this one definitely has the best third act out of all the prequels, by far, because there's, like, Anakin and Obi-Wan are having a really cool fight in the lava sea on the lava planet with some really cool score put in. There is some bad dialogue, but the score though is just really good, and when they're not talking, it's just really cool choreographed action, and that was really cool. A lot of people say it's over choreographed, like they're just dancing. I don't really mind that. They're Jedi, so I don't really care about that too much. If it bothers you, that's cool, I guess, but it doesn't bother me, so I really like that. And then I also like the scene where Yoda is fighting Palpatine. I do really enjoy that scene. I like that part where he just walks in and he just kind of shoves those guards to the wall. He's just like, what's up, Palpatine? So I like that. But also, speaking of the lightsaber battles, the one where Palpatine fights Mace Windu and the other Jedis is one of the worst lightsaber battles I have ever seen in a Star Wars film. It was bad. But my least favorite part of that was when Palpatine does his weird spin to them, and then he takes out 3 Jedis just by like kind of going like, and stabbing them with his lightsaber. I'm like, what? You guys are Jedis. How did he, what? Anyways, but so that was pretty bad, and then it kind of just turned into a fight with Mace Windu and Palpatine. Still not very good because they had to edit around the actor's face because he's old, so you have to see some pretty obvious stunt double and everything like that. So, you know, not a great lightsaber battle. I feel like it could have been a lot better. I am glad though Mace Windu actually got to do something. I love that scene where Darth Vader and Padme are both kind of on the table, and it's like the birth of Darth Vader mixed with the birth of Luke Skywalker and Leia. I thought George Lucas did a really good job with that. I don't love that scene where Darth Vader is finally Darth Vader and you hear that original voice and then you're so pumped, and then he just screams, "No!" Like, that just does not seem like a Darth Vader thing to do. So, yeah, that was not very, I was like, what? That just completely ruins the moment. So there's this scenes like that. It just doesn't work with these movies. So, Yeah, but it's on a story level, this movie is definitely way above the last two. And like I said, I love that Execute Order 66 sequence and everything. And I like how it's explained why Anakin is going evil. But then when he goes evil, Hayden Christensen does have that look to him where he looks like a bad guy. But then when he talks like a teenager. So, I don't know, it's a weird mix right there, but all in all, I think this movie is a really solid movie with really good action, good emotional beats here and there, some really cool moments, and a really good story throughout the movie. Jar Jar is completely toned down. He has like a few shots in this movie, and you actually see a one shot towards the end where Jar Jar is super sad, and it made me super sad to see Jar Jar really sad. So, yeah, poor Jar Jar. But anyways, so a really solid movie. I do have some issues with the dialogue and all that stuff, but I would throw this movie on again because I really enjoy it, and I think that you guys should definitely check this movie out because I think it's worth your time. So, with all that said, I am going to give Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, a B+. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this review. If you did, stay tuned for my A New Hope review. I am going back to the 70s to watch A New Hope, where my mom was born in the 70s. That's pretty old, guys. So, anyways, I'm traveling back pretty far. So anyways, that's going to be pretty fun. I haven't actually seen A New Hope in a while, so I'm curious to see what I think of it now as a old, wise teenager. So anyways, really excited for that. Comment down below what you thought of Revenge of the Sith. Did you like it? Did you not like it? How do you guys rank the prequels? Put that down below. Just we can have a nice discussion down there. So stay tuned for more. I'm going to try and release my New Hope review next week. I'm going to try and release a Star Wars review every week. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope you guys have a really good day. So stay tuned for more. Comment down below what you thought, and have a great day. Bye.